All right, welcome to our Stop, Collaborate, and Transition training to help you get ready for fall, and not just to get ready, but to get ready to succeed. And I'm so proud of you for showing up, because I know that Kim and Ashley would agree. This is the first step to knocking it out of the park in your Scentsy business this fall. The tips you're going to hear from not just Ashley, not just me, but all three of us together, and even some of the things that you find in the chat are going to take your business to the next level. So I'm glad you showed up. My name is Laura Godwin. I am a Superstar Director from Georgia, from Columbus, Georgia, and I've been in Scentsy for 12 years. And let's see, some random facts about me. I'm a CrossFit coach and a nutrition coach. So that's kind of new. My favorite, well, let's see, I joined for the kit. I just wanted the kit. I never saw me having a business with this or leading anybody. That was all just an unseen blessing that came. Let's see, random stuff about me. I auditioned for American Idol because my friends talked me into it. And according to them, the only reason I didn't get on is because they filled all the country spots, which I'm really glad, because it would have been a big, even if I'd have gotten in, I wouldn't have gone past that. But yeah, that's something super random. I don't think I've ever shared before. I'm a tomboy, and getting my nails done or my hair done is like super weird. I don't do it very often. Yeah, that's it. I can't think of anything else. Kim, go next. Introduce yourself. As you just take a drink of water. That's odd.
Exactly. All right. So I am Kim White, Superstar Director from Brownstown, Michigan. My team is Wax Bars and Superstars, and they are a bunch of superstars. I joined Scentsy in 2015. Okay, so let me explain one thing. I'm a mom of triplets. They are 8. And when I joined in 2015, a big part of the reason I joined was because I was a mom of triplets and wasn't working and wasn't really doing a whole lot of anything except taking care of kids. And so I needed something to do. So I really just joined as a hobby. Honestly, I didn't think that I was going to be able to meet minimums. So, clearly I'm able to do that, but I didn't expect to really make anything out of it, but it has been amazing. And honestly, it's completely blown my mind what Scentsy has been able to do for me and my family. Me personally, just as a person, I'm just a completely different person than I was in 2015, honestly. I guess one little fun fact about me is I used to figure skate. I was a competitive figure skater for 14 years. Most of my childhood and adolescence was spent in an ice rink. So that was what I did when I was a kid. Basically went to school and then went to the rink. And so that took up my entire childhood, basically. But it really kind of formed me into, a really determined and person who perseveres and all of that stuff. So
that is really cool. I love that. Okay, Ashley, you're up.
Oh, finally. My name is Ashlie Abbott, and I am a Superstar Director from Milton, Florida. A fun fact about me is that I do not like things like this or public speaking. So I get super freaked out and nervous before every one of these. So if you deal with the same insecurities, know that there's lots of us that deal with the same thing. I don't even know if I told you everything I was supposed to tell you. Fun fact, selling Scentsy for 11 years. Me and my husband run 2 other businesses. So we have 3 businesses. So we always excuse fuss when people talk about being too busy. Have 4 kids, and that's about it. Like to travel. That's why I joined Scentsy.
I love it. I love it. You guys, these girls do inspire me, and I mean, like, huge. And not just because of their title. They were inspiring me when they were directors, and it's been just so fun to watch their journey. I'm just absolutely honored to get to work with them, and yeah, it's been a blast. And I hope you picked up something as we were talking. We are just everyday girls. We are perfectly imperfect. There is nothing. Yeah, we're superstar directors, but guys, we got where we are today by doing the very things that we're telling you to do. And guess what? Tomorrow, if Kim and Ashley and I quit putting in the work and the effort, then our title, we would not be getting paid at title. There are things that a lot of times you guys may sit back and think, oh, they're superstar directors, they don't have to recruit. No, we were recruiting last month and we're recruiting this month. And these same business supplies and transition tips that we're giving you, we're applying them in our business today. And so that's why we can speak with passion, is because we don't just show the way, we go the way. But there's nothing perfect about us. Okay. So I want to see your calendars. I know I didn't warn you that I was going to be asking for those, but I want to see your calendars, because I want to tell you that no matter what business you run, if you don't have some kind of calendar to keep yourself in check, then more than likely you are not going to be as productive as what you could. Your potential is limited. So I know that I didn't give you a lot of notice on, well, I didn't tell you what I was going to be asking, but I would love if you can, you don't have to talk, but can you just show up show your calendar in the screen? Okay. It's fine if it's in the car or if it's in another room and you're hiding from your kids or your dog. It's fine if you don't have it. I just want you to know how important it is. And sometimes just seeing it. So show us your calendars. And by the way, if you don't have a calendar, just know that they are free. Google will give you a free print off calendar. Some of you guys are really snazzy and you like to keep yours electronically on your phones or whatever the calendar apps are. I tried that for a little bit and realized I just really need to kill trees in order to be productive. So give me all the real paper stuff. I need to I also had this thing about physically checking things off or scratching through it. Just gives me just something inside. Anyway, if you don't have a catalog, we still love you, but get one. Because July is easy and you can get by without a calendar, but trust us, if you work your business right, you're going to have so much to keep track of in months like August and September. You need a calendar. Okay. So right now, stop what you're doing, unless you're driving. You can pull over. Put your title in the chat. I know that we as directors, we love to see who we're talking to. And it's so fun to know, hey, we're talking to a bunch of leads or a bunch of stars. And so represent your title. If you don't know what it is, then go log in real quick. You need to know what your title is. Yay, a lot of leads. Are you guys seeing that? A lot of leads. Not what you're paid at, what you are, your actual title. And if you're not a director yet, your title is the highest title you've ever achieved. So I hope that helps maybe. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are so proud of you, each one of us, Kim, Ashley, and I. We already have been talking and planning this since what? Didn't we talk about this at Disney? Maybe. If not, I think it was kind of the works. It was in the works, but we've been planning behind the scenes. We're super passionate about helping you grow. And I want you to know that, that's the Cincy way. It's just making sure that we do our part to help you up the ladder. Okay. And so you're doing the best part tonight, but showing up to this meeting is only part. So let's get into the nitty gritty. We each are going to talk about certain parts of transition. And so you're going to get to take away a little bit. And thankfully, Kim and Ashley aren't as country sounding as me. So they're much easier to listen to. Anyway, the best way to prepare for the fall actually isn't anything that you're going to hold on to. It's not tangible. It isn't actually even that calendar. I know plenty of people with calendars and they make zero money in Cincy. So although we are going to talk about a lot of things tonight, I want to start off talking about what I feel like is the most important part of the success you're going to see this fall. And that's with your mindset and with goals. Okay, so we're just going to spend just a little smidgen of time on this part, and then we're going to move on. The best way to prepare to see success of any kind this fall is to start mental. So I want us to just take a break and just stop for just a moment And I want you to, even if you have to, close your eyes, and I want you to daydream for just a second. And I want you to imagine what your dream goal paycheck is for this fall. One monthly dream goal paycheck. I don't care what your title is. Superstar director, lead consultant, and essential. Maybe you started one day ago. I hope my new recruit is on. I want you to just dream for a second. Okay. Now write that number down. It's not rocket science, you guys. You don't have to study for this part. While you're thinking, just a little background. I have a problem with listening to silence. I feel like I have to fill it. That's a problem. Anyway, but while you're thinking, I had the dream goal of a $10,000 paycheck. I wanted to see those 5 figures on a email, a sheet of paper, whatever it was. Like, I pushed hard. I didn't even know how to get there or when it was customary for someone to experience a $10,000 paycheck. I just wanted to see that number. And so it was a lofty dream, because when I was dreaming about a $10,000 paycheck, I think I was making probably around a $1,500 or a $2,000 paycheck. So when I dreamed that $10,000 paycheck, I knew it was a far off goal, but I still dreamed it anyway. And I'm telling you, my paychecks are way more than 10,000 now. So, but I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't set that goal back then. So even if you feel like your dreams are really lofty and they're way bigger than what you should be dreaming, write it. Okay. So now that you have a figure down, I'm just guesstimating. I'm a former kindergarten teacher, so I might ask you to put your pencils down if you're ready to move to the next question. Just kidding. I won't do that. I want you to realize that the number alone probably isn't very motivating. Yeah, put it in the chat. I love that. I really hope you do put it in the chat. I wasn't going to ask you to, but bonus points if you're brave. Okay. Now, a number alone psychologically probably isn't enough to actually kind of push you to that, especially when the going gets tough. Like right now, you're like, yeah, that number gets me pumped up. Yeah, well, wait till you get that nasty customer that tells you they promise you they're going to place an order, and actually they're going to host a party, and their mom and their sister from North Dakota is going to sign up under you, and then she ghosts you. And when something bad like that kind of like jars you, you need more to hang on to than a number. Okay. And trust me, I've been there and I've had the nasty happen. And I'm like, you got to dig down deep. You got to find something down deep inside that keeps you motivated on those dark days. Okay. So right now, we're going to turn that number into a tangible, actual item or activity. For instance, my $10,000 paycheck wasn't enough to keep me. That dream was great, but that number alone wasn't enough. I turned that number into, what was I going to do with a $10,000 paycheck? And I realized that I wanted to pay cash for my next SUV. And I had been chipping away, and it was taking forever. But imagine what I could do with just 3 months of a $10,000 a month paycheck. So I turned mentally, psychologically, I turned that number into something that I could almost touch. You know what I mean? When I was driving down the road, it was a constant reminder because I knew the car that I had picked out in my mind, right? And so instead of me going through bad days thinking, oh, I'm going to push through because I can't wait for my $10,000 paycheck, I was like, no, I'm going to pay cash for a brand new 0 miles, or I think I had 15 miles on it, SUV. Okay. So right now, take your number and turn it into something that you can touch, feel, or maybe it's an activity. So I'm cool with that. If yours is an activity, it might be braces for your husband, your son, and your dog. I don't know. Maybe it's that you want to send your kids to a private school. Maybe it's that you want new bedroom furniture. Maybe I'm just not going to even be dreaming for you, but there are so many things that you could do with your big, lofty goals. I want you right now to turn that number into something that you could go shopping for tomorrow. Okay. And I want you to write that down. You can leave your number, but I think what you're going to find is more motivating is that actual tangible something you can grab. Okay. Now, what I challenge you to do is to write, when you get your calendar, I want you to write this lofty goal, the tangible part, not the number maybe. I want you to write at the beginning of every calendar, because as you fill up that month, you need to know what you're working for. Having a full calendar, that's not enough. All right. Okay. So now that we have that out of the way, I want to give you two little ideas and teach you something that I learned very early on in my Scentsy journey. Ashley and Kim also did. We might not have talked about it a lot with you guys, but it is good stuff. So you've heard about the SMART goals, right? Like I had to write it down: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, or realistic, and time-based, right? You've heard of those. That's something that a lot of people use. Okay. Well, I want to teach you about something different. It's called IPAs. All right. IPA. Put it in the comments. Okay. My autocorrect turned that into spa, and I was like, hey, wait, no, not spa. Anyway, I mean, spas are cool too. Income producing activity is what IPA stands for, because a lot of times we set these goals and we feel real accomplished that we spent an hour in our Scentsy business scrolling on Facebook looking for flyers. An hour for a flyer? I don't know how much money that flyer is going to make you, but I can pretty much think that you could find a better income producing activity to back up that goal that you just wrote down in your calendar, right? So IPA, income producing activity. I want you to stop almost every day and ask yourself if what you're doing in your Scentsy business that day is taking you closer to the goal that you just put down. Okay. And a lot of Scentsy consultants, they get super bogged down with working. But when I look at their to-do list, I'm like, oh, honey, you could do so much more with the time that you spent if they were actually income producing activities. Okay. So get with your leaders, get with your sponsor. You're going to hear a lot of income producing activity things that we say tonight. But I want you to keep that acrostic in the back of your mind as you work this fall and beyond. Okay. All right. So let's get into the nitty gritty. Are you ready? Okay. My computer sounds like rain. I think it's overheating. I just bought a new one and I'm learning it. Okay. So what we are here to talk about: stop, collaborate, and transition. Collaborate is one of the biggest, most important things that you'll do in your Scentsy business. The 5 people that you talk to the most on a daily basis for your business could be where you're going to be in 5 years. Let that sink in. Do you have a good circle of 5? Because if they're making less money than you in Scentsy, or if they don't have the end result that you're looking for, you might need to get a new circle. Okay. So collaborate. That's an important word. Transition. What is transition? Twice a year, Scentsy consultants get to switch catalogs, and we're approaching August 1st is our fall winter transition. February 1st is the other one, if you want to write that down. I love that we only switch catalogs twice a year. Can we just take a moment to thank the Scentsy gods for that? Because I know other direct sales company that switch catalogs. I will just be quiet. I'm gonna get myself in trouble a lot more than that. Okay, the month before a catalog launches, it's called Transition Month, and it's a big deal because of all the reasons we're going to talk about tonight. These are huge opportunities for your business, and guess what? Here's an income producing activity. Your customers will get excited about it too. I'm booking more parties in transition months on a routine basis than I do any other month. My customers are excited about it too. I don't try to show them the stuff. I just let them know, hey, there's a new catalog coming out next month. Can I get you down for a party? Can I get you down for a fundraiser? Can I get you down for a sip and sniff? Can I come into the bank after hours and set up? There's a new catalog coming. You should be using this like every single day. Okay. So let me see. I'm skipping notes because I get too talkative. Okay. So right now is when we order our transition supplies. Don't wait till August. I've already ordered all of mine. I think Kim and Ashley both have as well, because it takes a little bit for them to get in and I want to have time to work with them. I'm going to shut up and turn the time over to Kim, and she's going to walk us through the next part of this fun transition topic. It's yours, Kim.
All right, you guys. So like Laura said, we are 8 days now into our transition month, which means we are kind of wearing two hats this month. And what I mean by that is we are in transition month. We are getting things ready for the fall season, but we have 22, 23 days left in July. And I don't know about you guys, but I want big fall paychecks, but I also want a big August paycheck. So I am still working my business hard in July, and everybody else should be too, because just because it's a transition month for us doesn't mean that we stop working the month that we're in and the catalog that we're in. We've got a lot of amazing things to offer in this catalog still. It's still like 95 degrees everywhere. So people aren't really thinking about fall yet. So it's a perfect time to be working the catalog that we have, the products that we have, the fragrances that we have, and the sale that we have. Don't forget, we have a sale. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But as you guys know, we got access to all of the fall marketing materials on August 1st. So we got all of the digital catalog, we got the product list, we got to order all of our stuff. We learned about August Scent and Warmer of the Month. We have all of that stuff, and we're working that stuff on the side. We're prepping things. We're waiting for our catalogs to come in. We're going to create new labels, and we're going to get everything labeled and stamped and everything ready to go. But we're going to work July's business as well. One other thing that we had got access to on July 1st was the discontinued list. And the discontinued list is going to be your BFF this month, because those are the things that are going away. And while most of them are seasonal, a lot of the warmers are not seasonal. In fact, I'm looking at the list right now, and I mean, there's some things that aren't like hardcore summer stuff. And so there are things that, you know, we're likely not going to see back. I mean, we typically see a lot of these seasonal fragrances come back in the spring and summer, but we never know whether they're going to be back. I mean, I'm trying to think of some that aren't coming back in the fall that people are heartbroken over. And I know that I've heard already from people, they're like, oh my gosh, I should have put that in my club last fall because it's not coming back. You guys, we never know whether something's coming back or not. It could be, you know, we've had some really popular classic fragrances that have gone away and not come back when we, just assume that they will because they're so popular. But this discontinued list is going to be your best friend this month. And this is where I'm focusing a lot of my energy with my customers, because these things are going away. So obviously we've got things on there like Moon Over Jupiter, which was a huge popular warmer. I know that there were some issues and it was gone and it's back, but it is not coming back. Like, we will not see this warmer back again. So if you have people that have expressed an interest in it before, now is the time for them to go and snag it. And one thing to keep in mind with these discontinued products, and I believe this is the case with everything. I'm not quite sure about wax, but none of this is going to be restocked if it sells out before the end of the month. So any of these warmers or any of these laundry products or any of these, whatever's on the list, if it sells out tomorrow, that's it. So it's not guaranteed through the end of the month. So the sooner you get to your customers and tell them about these things, and the sooner you get them to order what they want to order, the better off you are. Because if you tell them it's available through the 31st and it sells out tomorrow, then you got a sad person, right? And we don't want that. So get this information to your customers as soon as you can, and encourage them to be ordering the things that they want sooner rather than waiting to the end of the month, because these aren't guaranteed to stick around. Okay. And like I said, the only thing that I'm not sure on is wax, because I know sometimes they'll they'll pour more wax if they get it in, but I wouldn't bank on that. So I would just think straight across the board, things that can sell out before the end of the month. So do not wait. We have 49 fragrances that are retiring. 49. That's a lot. And obviously they're being replaced with good, great new scents, but 49 fragrances is a lot of fragrances. Keep in mind that with Scentsy Club, yes, they can continue to get their bars in those fragrances if they add them to Scentsy Club. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Scentsy Club in a minute. But if they love Paradise Punch in the room spray, or if they love, I don't know, Cocoa Lime in pods, they can't put that. I mean, they can put it in Club, but it's not going to stay in Club. So this is where you start working people to stock up, right? And they can stock up on sale this month. So when you're talking to your customers about their favorites that are going away, remind them that they're on sale. So if it's not something that they can put in Club and continue to get, they can get it on sale this month. And I think one really big tip that I have found has helped tremendously when I'm talking to my customers about this kind of stuff, you have to show them the value in what you're offering them. So if you're going to tell somebody, look, Cocoa Lime, you love Cocoa Lime pods and they're going away at the end of the month. They can't be, you know, we can't keep those in Scentsy Club. They aren't part of Always Get My Bar, but this month you can stock up on them and they're only $7.50 a piece if you buy 6. If you go and tell them they can get a 6-pack for, what is it, $45? That's like, okay, cool, I can get a 6-pack for $45. But if you're reminding them that they're normally 10 and they can get them for $7.50 if they buy 6, that kind of like perks people's ears up. When you're showing them what their savings is, that's going to turn around and make them think, okay, yes, I want to do that because I want to get them and they're on sale and you're saving me money. This actually, I did this morning with someone who orders fragrance flowers from me a lot. And I told her, I'm like, these are the scents that are going away. I know that you love to get these every so often. They're on sale this month if you want to grab some. She always orders Luna. Luna's not even going away, but she ordered 6 in fragrances that are going away just to have on hand because I reminded her that she loves them and that she can get them for cheaper this month. And so you have to show them the value in what you're offering. You can't just say, hey, you can get this for, you know, $50 or whatever it is this month. And they're going to say, okay, cool, thanks. And then that's it. So I mentioned Scentsy Club. Since this is a month, last month was too with Bring Back My Bar, but this is a month you want to be working and pushing Scentsy Club hard with your customers. Because like I said, there are 49 fragrances that are going away in wax at the end of this month that we may not see back next year. We don't know. Nobody knows what's coming back. So if you have someone who loves any of these fragrances, you need to get with them, connect with them personally. Don't just put a post up in your Facebook group. I mean, yes, that's fine to do, but the chances are pretty slim that people are seeing those anyway. I'm seeing it in my group. Really, my posts are only reaching like a third to half of the people that are in my group. And I don't know which third, you know, which people they are all the time, but I know that it's only reaching a fraction of the people that are in my group. So if I know that somebody specifically loves something, I am going to connect with them personally and get them to sign up for Scentsy Club. I really try to make sure when I'm talking to people about Scentsy Club that obviously, again, you're presenting the value, you're letting them know that they can continue to get their wax fragrances after they discontinue. We talk about the discount, we talk about the opportunity for half price items. One of the things that I found that I've kind of been approaching it a little bit differently lately with some people, and I think it's a case by case basis, but I tell people like right now when I'm talking to them and I might say, you know, whatever it is, Mahalo Coconut is going away. We don't know if it's going to be back next year. You could always set up your club for every 3 months. That way, if it does come back, you're not sitting on 100 bars already and you could, you know, you can just order it again next year. It all kind of depends on who you're talking to, but I feel like sometimes people get a little bit scared that they're committing to something, even though you tell them they can cancel whenever they want. I think they get scared that they're committing to something and they don't necessarily know if they want to do that long term. So I kind of let them know, yes, you can cancel it if you want. If it comes back in the springtime, just cancel it or pull that bar out and put something else in there that's that's discontinuing in the fall. Or in the spring from the fall catalog. So I think it's important just to make sure that when you're communicating with people that it's really a conversation. It's not a sales pitch. And making a post on Facebook and just leaving it there for people to see is not going to be effective. You're not going to reach enough people to make it worth the time that you're putting in to do that. An income producing activity, right? Like posting it on Facebook is not an income producing activity. Reaching out to those people personally, your time is much better spent doing that than making a post on Facebook and hoping that people see it. because they may or they may not. But if you are messaging them or texting them or talking to them personally, you know more or less that they're seeing and that they're getting the communication from you. Okay. So working this discontinued list this month is going to be huge. If you are not reaching out to people yet, you need to be doing that. Like I said, we've got 3 weeks left of this catalog. We don't quit at halftime. Okay. We have 3 weeks left. We have lots of stuff to sell. People are buying Scentsy. They want the stuff. I actually just had I told somebody that, new catalog starts on August 1st, and she came right back and said, okay, I got to stock up on summer stuff because I'm not ready for fall yet. And some people are, some people aren't, but you have to be having those conversations with people. And the more people that you are conversing with, the more feedback and reciprocation you're going to get. The other thing I was going to say about this discontinued list, you need to know what's going away. It's not up to our customers to know that their favorite scent is going away. We might, again, post this in our VIP groups and say, oh my gosh, look at all these things that are going away. Or we post the flyers that we find that have all the scents on them. Great. But it's our job to let Susie Q know that her favorite fragrance is going away. It's not up to her to see that post and get in touch with us. So you need to know what's going away. Now, I'm not saying you have to memorize every single thing on here, but you guys print it out, have it with you. I keep one copy next to my computer, and I also put, I saved like the picture to my phone, because if I'm out somewhere and I'm talking to somebody, or if I happen to be texting with somebody and I don't want to get up and go over to my computer to see, I can just pull up the picture and go, oh, yep, that's going away, or, have a conversation with them. So have it handy so that you're not having to say, okay, I'll get back to you. And then you get busy and forget. And now you've completely lost that opportunity. Okay. So keep it handy, keep it near you, know what's going on. Like, just be aware and be ready to share that stuff with your customers. One thing that I know a lot of people that I follow, and a lot of them are on my team or just other directors that have been doing with this discontinued list, which I love, and I've been kind of doing it myself too, is like a deal of the day and showcasing a product or a 6-pack or something like that every single day in your VIP groups, or texting it out to your customers, or if you do email campaigns, doing it in an email, whatever it is, showcasing some of those things so that you're honing in on specific products instead of just throwing everything at somebody and then expecting them to sift through and see if there's something that they're interested in. Using real life pictures, all of the things that we talk about, not just using flyers. Oh shoot, I lost my other train of thought. Okay, if I remember it, I'll come back to it. Okay, so the sale. I'm just going to touch on a couple of the things in the sale. Hopefully everybody already knows these things, but I'm just going to kind of go through a couple bullet points on things that are included and things that are not. This goes along with making sure that you're giving your customers accurate information. You can't say everything is on sale this month, because it's not. Almost everything is on sale, but not everything. So things that are excluded are things like licensed products. So your Disney, your Marvel, those things are not 10% off this month. Whiff Box is not 10% off. The larger, typically it's the same things that aren't eligible for Hostess rewards. So your larger warmer bundles that have 2 warmers in them, those are not included, but the Scentsy System warmer bundle is included. So here's another thing I was thinking about earlier today when I was writing stuff down. When I was talking about showing people the savings and the value that you're offering them, if they want to buy a warmer and a bar or whatever, don't say to them, well, our Scentsy System bundle for that warmer is on sale for $45, because that doesn't mean anything to them. It doesn't mean anything. They don't know what the regular price of it is. They don't need to. They don't know how much money they're saving. So that doesn't mean anything to them. But if you approach it and say, look, I can save you $8.50 by doing this bundle, and all you have to do is pick 2 more bars, it's going to be this much. As soon as you say, I can save you money, people are like, all right, what do I do? Where do I sign? Because everybody likes to save money. So again, you have to show them the value that that you're offering them, instead of just throwing out numbers at them. It's people don't care about how much things normally cost. That's our thing. But if you tell them that you can save them some money, they're going to be all ears. There was one other thing that was on my list. Oh, another thing to keep in mind is Scentsy Club orders that are eligible for the 10% off if they're over 30, they don't get an additional 10% off. But they're always 10% off if they're over 30. So there's another perk to Club that you need to be talking to your customers about, is they can get 10% off their stuff every month, not just in July and January when we're in transition. But if they put it in Club and it's over $30, they're saving 10% every single time they order. So again, discontinued items are going to be huge this month, and the pushing Scentsy Club, getting new Scentsy Club subscribers. If you can get 3 to 5 new Scentsy Club people this month, I would say that that would be a huge success.
I love that.
Yep, that's all I got.
You're so smart. Okay, so Kim's got a giveaway for you guys, but before she does, I want you to put in the chat, because a lot of times we leaders, we throw out these ideas and we share from our heart, passionate ideas, tips that we want to help inspire you, but we don't know what you're excited about. So share with us right now, what was the one thing that Kim talked about that really just lit something on fire in your soul? Share that one thing. I'm sure it was 10 things or 20 things, but what was the one thing that really you thought, man, I'm putting that into practice tonight? What was that one thing? And then Kim, I'm going to turn it over to you. Are you okay to do your giveaway now?
Yeah. Do I want to do it with the other comments or with these comments? Do you think?
Ooh, I don't even know.
I kind of like these comments.
I do too. Up to you, sister.
Okay, so I'm going to summon one of my kids to help me.
Okay.
Give me just a second. Actually, they'll probably all come in here because they don't like to do things by themselves. Okay, so while you guys are putting your ahas, I guess, in the comments, which I appreciate, and I apologize, I talk really fast when I get on these things because I have like 80 bajillion things in my brain and I want to get them all out. So what we're going to do, it's very simple. As long as you're commenting, you have a chance at winning my giveaway. So my kiddos, I think, are going to come in here, and I'm going to make them agree on one number. So that's going to be an experience in itself, but we're going to have them agree on one number, and whoever's comment is that number. And I don't even know how many comments there are.
Maybe while I do my part, this next part, maybe we could scroll up and count.
Okay.
Just an idea.
Yeah, because I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to.
Yeah, and they're coming in quick. So
okay, so I will cut it off here in a second so that I know where the end of it is, and then I'll count up while you're doing your thing.
Okay.
So you guys got about like 10 more seconds.
Do you want me to go ahead and start my part and then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I did have a question for you guys, but I'm going to wait because I don't want to make the comments even more, or the chat even more heavy. So I'm just going to run through things really fast because I feel like I've already done a lot of talking, but some suggested items for you to be thinking about stocking up on to help you transition. So some of the things I may have the prices a little bit off on because, yeah, I did not verify with the workstation on some of them. But anyway, transition tester set. This is just the testers for the new fall and winter scents and the returning one. So basically what you need to supplement your current tester set. Okay. The transition tester set is 20% off in July. I believe it's $16. I bought like 5 sets yesterday, and I believe I paid $16. Anyway, it is not all 80 plus cents. So it's not every cent in the catalog. Okay. But it is actually what I use all throughout the winter. It's very rare that I ever do an event or even like my basket parties and anytime I'm passing around testers, I pretty much only use a transition set. If I bring in all 80, people get super shut down. Like it is so much that they feel like it's overwhelming. And it may not be like that for every customer, but it has been for mine. And so I really work these transition sets like crazy. And then I'm going to give you another tip. I've written several little things down. I'm calling it Laura's best advice because it's things that have really been game changing to my business. A few years ago, I decided that I was going to offer to enhance an add-on every customer that orders with me in July. I would add on the transition testers to their party for $16. No additional shipping. And I have ready to go hostesses all over the country. And I tell them what they can do with the tester afterwards. I tell them, it's a jar. It's about a cube or so. Take the lid off, stick it upside down in your warmer, put it in your freezer, pop it out that way, whatever. Guys, I average about 100 hostesses because I do this. And so, and they are like $16. Yeah, add it on. And so, and also too, just FYI, this is how I recruit. They already have testers. And I'm like, in your starter kit, okay, you guys know what to do. And I get so excited. I just get bogged down in like one idea. The world is opening back up. So even if you didn't use testers in 2020 or the first part of 2021, remember that you will probably find yourself in situations this fall that you're going to want to have testers. You can get the full fragrance tester set if you need that, but they are not discounted. I don't think they are. I should have verified that. If I'm wrong, just know that you don't have to be perfect to be, what is the word? Powerful. Okay. Anyway, okay, so some of you guys have testers that you're bringing over from like cinnamon vanilla, like I have testers from cinnamon vanilla from like 2012, 2010, I feel like, and some of them don't smell super great. And so what I love to do is rub the top or stick it out in the sun for like 5 minutes with the lid on so that the fragrance oils don't evaporate. Think about that. Okay. So sit it down in the sun, the oils kind of loosen and it smells a lot more fresh. Then a lot of times I will use these as like extras in the bags, and they'll say, hey, I got a little lip gloss thing. What do I do with that? I'm like, oh, those are testers. Like when you do a basket party and they're like, oh, I've never done a basket party. Oh, why haven't you done a basket party? You see what I'm saying? Okay, so old testers may smell funky, rejuvenate them, rub them, or either sit them out in the sun with the lids on so that the yumminess doesn't evaporate. You get it. Anyway, there are really cool fragrance stickers in the Scentsy family store, what do we call it, consultant store, for $3. 72 stickers for $3. Guys, this is like a pro tip. You need to be utilizing stickers. I'm going to give you a few ideas of ways that I use the stickers. I love to just randomly put one. Sometimes I do when I do my virtual parties and I've already mailed out catalogs to all of the participants, then I do a, share what sticker you got in the comments, and they just have a lot of fun with it. And they're like, oh man, I wish I'd have gotten her catalog. And it's a community building type thing or whatever. Laura's best tip. I love to use these stickers as FOMO. So right now I'm using these stickers. Well, I haven't got them in yet, but right now when I'm creating these FOMO opportunities in my VIP page, I'll send out things like, hey, guess what? Not to brag, but all my previous spring summer hostesses just got a catalog with 5 of the new fall smells that they can sniff right now. And they're like, what? I want to order. I'm like, oh, sorry, you need to host a party. So use these stickers as an inexpensive way to create FOMO in your group, VIP group, or with your customers. fall winter catalogs are 10% off. They are the most expensive way to get the, catalog in your customers' hands, but they are very exciting and they feel really good. Oh, Lord. Hold on, I gotta mute somebody. All right, so make sure you check the country before you press the submit button. I can't tell you how many times I personally have ordered Spanish catalogs or Canadian catalogs, and they aren't very useful for the majority of my clientele. So please make sure that you check the country and the language of your catalog before you add it to your cart. Showcase brochures, those are my favorite. I actually have given out every single one. I do have some show and tell for you, but of those, just does anybody have one they could hold up? They are so wonderful. They get the job done. And I don't know about you, but I get a little overwhelmed flipping through page after page after page. I love everything like there at a glance. And I love the showcase brochures because they're literally everything within just 3 or 4 or 5 pages. All right. They are much more cost effective as well, especially if you're new in your business, or if you maybe are handing things out to someone that's not necessarily already a customer. Thank you for holding up the showcase brochures. You guys are rock stars. Thank you. So I really want you to invest in showcase brochures. Just trust me, you're going to really love them. Product lists are one of the least expensive ways to get the entire catalog in front of your customer's face. It is like a sheet of paper. Okay, so don't get your hopes up. It's not fancy and it's super tiny. So your older clients will probably want to wring your neck. Ship with a magnifying glass. Just kidding. Don't do that. That's weird. But it's really tiny writing. Like the warmers are like the size of like a freckle, but no, it's good. It really is. And especially like if you're doing events where you're like, just passing out a lot of stuff and there's not a lot of people ordering, that's a really, really cost-effective way to get your name out there and the products. Hey, the 2021 product training guide, it's great and you need it. They're usually $2, I think. I have not checked out this price for this year's, but they give you pro tips inside that will help you sell more effectively each product. So it tells you little bitty details about products that you need to be telling your customers. What sets our body wash apart? What sets our wax apart? Okay. And it gives you those in it's called a product training guide, $2. Okay. Let's see. Did you know that if you go to the workstation and in that little search bar at the top, if you type in FAQ, there is a frequently asked questions for almost every catalog every catalog category. And I love sharing those with my customers. The frequently asked questions, I have a frequently asked questions topic post in my VIP page that allows all of my customers so that I can simply tag them when they ask me, hey, there's no parabens in the body wash, right? And I'm like, no, let me tag you to all the amazing, amazing reasons why our body wash is the best. And I just go to the VIP page, tag them, and every time I tag somebody, it bumps it up, bumps it up, bumps it up. So there's one of my Laura's best advice tip things, whatever. Please make wise choices. It is super easy, especially as a new consultant, to get just window shopping in that family store and be like, jogging pants, I need those. And hats, oh my gosh, my whole family needs a hat. This is going to bring me business. And you like talk yourself into spending more because you see, but wait, we should be spending Scentsy money on Scentsy and not family money on Scentsy. So honey, if your paycheck can't back up all the extras you're wanting to buy, and if you can't see it making you money, then please use common sense there. Okay. Oh, I've got an idea for you. This is a Laura Best tip too. Create a party in your workstation where you can name it wherever you want. Maybe you guys have some really fun, creative ways to name this, but you have this party built to where you know that 100% of the profit from this party is going to be used just to buy you business supplies, testers, catalogs, maybe some samples, some flyers, whatever. Okay. And then tell your customers, say, hey, I'm, really trying to load up on a lot of stuff to make samples and flyers for you guys for this fall. When you shop through this party, 100% of the profit is going to go back to you. Your customers will get super excited about clicking that party link. And it is going to help you, even though you can't cash in host rewards for business supplies, you can turn that profit that you've made off of that party and reinvest in your business. Does that make sense? Okay. So, new consultant start guide. Guess what? Even if you've been a consultant for 12 years, I love getting the new consultant guide. It's $2. It's wonderful. Okay. Oil transition sets. These are expensive. They're usually about $54 and they're smaller samples, but I have oil parties where I have oil baskets. It's an essential oil only, and it just goes to my customers that I know are just really into the oil. And then some of my customers, they've done parties for the big catalog, and I love offering them because they might not want to host a full Scentsy party twice a year, but they'll do an essential oil party in the fall, or they'll do an essential oil party in the spring, whatever. Okay. So these specialized, I also do this with the pod party. It really, really works well. Okay. Brochures, host and join brochure. I got one. I use these. And I also, when I send these out, I write their name right here and I'll be like, Jennifer, see, you should do Scentsy with me. I write that on here. I don't just put this in her delivery box. I write her name on it with a Sharpie and I say something like, Jennifer, here's even more reasons why you should do Scentsy with me. Okay. You get 25 of these for $3. Here we have category, sorry, I just bit my tongue. Category flyers, 25 for $3. I love these because it details out a specific category. They are, they're inexpensive, but they are an investment, especially if you find that you're not selling a lot of something. It might be because you're not marketing it well. Oh, I'm trying to talk fast so Ashlie gets her turn. Okay, new consultants. I think I already talked about that. Okay, so Kim, you want to do your giveaway right now? And then I'll do one, and then I'll shut up and let Ashlie have a turn.
Yep, I can do mine because I had the kids come in and I went through, counted all of the comments from the first one down to where I cut it off. There was 122 comments and my kiddos picked number 71 because that's Brennan's hockey number. And the 71st comment was Jamie Smith. So I will need to get Jamie Smith's address so that I can send her her prize.
Yay, congrats. Awesome. So Jamie, can you right now in the chat, you can change it to where it's not everyone and you are just talking to Kim. Will you drop your address to Kim? You don't have to share it with everybody. It's just a private, like one-on-one. That's super awesome. Okay, I want to do a giveaway too. And then I'll shut up and I'll do the same thing as Ashlie and I'll try to figure out, probably have to put people's names in a hat. I'm already going to say it. I'm going to speak it into existence now. I'll take the 12th person that says the right answer to mine. And then I'll figure it out why Ashley's talking. I want you to guess. I've been to home office a lot, but I want you to guess the year that my first trip was to the home office in Meridian, Idaho. Okay. So I've already told you I've been a Scentsy consultant for 12 years. So you pick what the year was that you feel like it was my very first time at the home office. All right, I'm going to pick the 12th right answer, and then I'm going to give Ashlie time to talk away. Are you ready, sister? Are you in the bathtub?
I'm not in the bathtub, but I am in the bathroom. Can y'all hear me or is it echoing?
No, you're good.
It's good? Okay. I'll shut this door just so maybe Ryan's in the living room and my Scentsy office is like right next to where they're all sitting there playing video games, but no volume's up. And I don't like for them to hear me talk because then I'll whisper and I won't be excited. I know that sounds weird, but it's just me. So I get to talk to y'all today about the brand new catalog that is launching August 1st. And I saw whenever you were shouting your titles out that some of you look like you may be new and this may be your very first fall catalog season. And that is super awesome because this is like just the time of year when we really slay it. So one of the ways that you can help with the fall coming up, like I think Laura talked about it earlier, you can order now the scent season sales kit. And I ordered mine and got all the new scents, and I can make samples of them. Really, I just like to smell them before everybody else. And then you can tell about it, but you don't want to do that too soon because you will kill your July. So if you have already ordered your sales kit, wait until, I like to say, are y'all sure I'm not echoing? Because I hear myself echoing and I don't want to be annoying. I'm good? Okay. So different strokes for different folks. But I always say, for me personally, I wait until I hit my personal goal of 2,000 sales in a month. So if I haven't hit that, I'm not even worried about it. And I honestly didn't even see the new stuff till like 2 days ago because I can't sell it right now. So I'm not really focused on it. But when I uploaded some flyers to our team page and I saw everything, and it is amazing. So just restrain yourself from posting. Wait till you hit your goal. And even if you hit your goal like super early in the month, maybe wait until the last week, if the last week, even the few days before August. That way, because you can keep selling, you keep working that 10%. And it's like when you start sharing something else, you lose your focus. And, I mean, I'm placing orders up until the last day of the month, hustle until the end every month. And then you start up again, doing it all over. So don't get too excited, keep this to yourself. They do have a new season sales kit that's different from the scent kit that they generally have each season, and that has got different warmers in it. You don't get to pick it, and I don't think it's all of them. They just pick a few, and if you want to buy it, it counts towards your PRV, and it does count towards PRV, right? Surely. I think so. Okay, I don't want to tell something wrong. So they haven't announced a date yet on when that will be out, but definitely plan to get it, because then you will have some of these products so that you can start staging for photos. And then on August 1st, you're ready to go with it in hand and can share it with the world. Let me move this real quick. So for me, just getting my hands on it early and just posting pictures. And that's another thing. Some people don't like to post on Facebook. Okay. I know. And I don't know how you're taught, so I don't want to say anything wrong, but just for me personally, I have noticed that if I just post Scentsy here and there, I don't get as many sales. And then if I like blow it up one day with 3 or 4 posts throughout the day, then it's like they're seeing my stuff more and I'm getting more interaction and people interested in Scentsy. And not to get into a whole nother thing, I'm just going to say this too. If you're not getting any interaction on your post, period, then you need to work on your algorithms. Post something about like just quick. I know I'm not supposed to be talking about this, but people love to give their opinions. So when I need help with algorithms, I'll post what's a good show to watch on Netflix. And everybody wants to tell you what is their favorite show or their best show. And so they'll comment on it, and then they're going to keep seeing your stuff. You don't have to go watch the shows. I don't even need, there's nothing I even want to watch, but I just get them to comment on my stuff so they'll keep seeing Scentsy. So let's see, the new season sales kit. Some of you earned that through the spring summer incentive. So they have not announced yet when those will ship out, but you will be getting those soon. So congratulations if you earned those. And then this month we have the transition starter kits, which is always super fun because you can promote it like a, what is it we call it, like a double kit or a bonus kit, where you will get the fall winter catalogs and spring summer. And I love that they do that. That way your people don't join and then have to right away reorder all that stuff. So that's really, good that they do that for us. Let me go to my next page. Sorry. I read from notes. Uh-oh, Laura, I don't know how to change pages. That's all I had to talk on, right? I don't get off that easy. Uh-oh. Hold on, let me reopen. That's not me. Okay. Laura, I can't get it to go, so you're gonna have to do it for me.
I think maybe you actually did. Except let's see.
I know. It was 2 pages that I was supposed to talk on, unless I condensed it into one.
I actually think you condensed it into one. I think the only thing was like
Yay!
the
Thank goodness.
consultants that join in July can take advantage of the 10% off sale and launch their business, like why we should be recruiting right now, maybe.
Oh yeah, for the fall, because now you can, and even if you like have the conversations now, even if you don't get them, because honestly, Laura may not want me telling you this, but as long as you're having the conversations now and then they join in August, you're going to get more points for them. But it's just easier. Like every month, you should be having these conversations, and then it'll blossom and bloom and all the things, and you'll get them to join. But every day, like really, that thing that Laura just showed you, where you write their name and say Jennifer, why, like that is an awesome idea. And you need to go right now, even if you have to pay $8 shipping on a pack of join brochures, it's a tax write-off and totally worth it to do that. Because they do look at the stuff you put in there. And if you don't ever ask, it's a no automatically. And sometimes just people like Tara is on this right now. Let me tell you. And I was delivering to her in Crestview, and I just said to her out of nowhere one day, I'm like, you should be doing this, you know. I don't even remember what I said, but just, and when I planted that seed, she said, you know, I've been thinking about selling Scentsy, but she never would ask, even when she was there getting stuff out of her, never would say anything. And then she didn't sign up right away. I think it was like a month or two later, and then she's like, I want to join. And it hadn't even been a year yet, I don't think. And she's already superstar consultant, about to be a director. So if I wouldn't have asked her, who knows? Somebody else may have asked her. And there is someone else that is not on our team, but went to school with Tara, and she is, I don't know, she's a superstar director or a star director, but she could have asked her and then they've been underneath her. So, you know, gotta ask. So is it time for my drawing?
Yes.
Okay. Can I do whatever I want? Say whatever I want? I mean, within limits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm scared.
So I know, right? You should be. How many people were on my team when I promoted to director? Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Pretty original.
I love that. Okay, you heard her. And while you're guessing, I need to say who won mine. Because while you were talking, I went through and was counting. McKenna Prattley from Monroe, Washington. You were the 12th person that guessed 2012. I just now realized, was that a hint? Because I said 12. I just picked a random number, but it ends in 2012. Anyway, okay, so guess for Ashley. How many people on our team? And if you are not a director and you don't have the goal of being director, then you need to start dreaming bigger, because fall is magical. And you can hit director any month out of the year. And a lot of people do, but the fall is usually the most effortless time to make big promotions. We'll say it like that. Okay.
I promoted in June to superstar director, if that tells you anything. When normally June is like a completely unheard of month, and wasn't expecting it. Like seriously, the stars just aligned. So you may not think that you can do it, but you have one good month, start off strong, you can totally do it.
Amen to that. Has anybody picked your number?
I'm trying to find the chat. I think I got to go back.
I think you have to swipe. Are you on your phone?
No, here we go. Okay.
I guess we should tell them only guess one time, because I saw somebody put like 2 different numbers in the same chat. be like, 789. Hannah, I don't know if it was.
So I'm gonna give y'all a hint.
Don't give them a hint. There's
I'm not as awesome as y'all think.
They don't
That
need.
was all I could say because man, they're guessing. Maybe I should have.
No, keep scrolling. Some of them
No,
have.
with this being said, a lot of y'all have.
Keep scrolling.
Okay,
There's lower numbers.
you can promote with a lot of these low numbers. Okay. Oh, Lisa at 8. Who's Lisa? Is it Lisa Bailey?
I don't know. I don't know this answer. I can't help you out.
Well, Lisa had the right answer.
Lisa Slaughter.
Doesn't have a last name. It just says Lisa to everyone, but she did guess twice. But a lot of people did. So
Maybe there's a lot of Lisas. So the way you do it is when you see her number or when you see her, the guess, if you click on that, it will allow you to message her privately, I think. Does it?
Okay. Yeah. Let me find it again. Oh man, I actually was wrong. Stevie Bradley said it first and Lisa was after it. So
what's the answer?
They both, so Stevie said it first. Is that the winner?
Whoever said it first.
Or Lisa, they said it there.
Oh.
It's Stevie then. Stevie, you are the winner. 53 people. Now, I've had people underneath me promote with a lot less, but your girl over here was just a little bit slower. Laura, is your thing frozen or are you making that face at me?
I'm making a face? I don't think so.
On me, it was like,
no.
And I was like, oh my gosh, is she like so unimpressed with my 53?
No. No. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, so Stevie, privately message Ashlie with your address so that we can send you some fun stuff. Guys, this has been fun. We did go over a little bit. That is my fault because, so I think my video has been freezing all night. Because of Elsa, duh, right?
Yeah.
Hurricane Elsa. I'm far from the Gulf, but anyway. Yeah, so this was fun. And I'm so thankful for all of you guys. But I'm the most grateful right now for Ashlie and Kim that have poured their heart and soul into all of us tonight. And Amy gets my joke about Elsa. You get it. Freezing. Yeah. So anyway, use these tips, but as you use them, go back to your team pages and go brag on these amazing rock stars that have given us some ideas to change our paychecks. Many of you guys don't even get paid. I'm sorry, many of you won't even impact Ashlie or Kim or my paycheck, but we're still willing to come together to make everybody better. I hope you took away some really tangible, fun ideas that you're going to implement like tomorrow. And then we want to hear your success stories because when you share your success stories, you inspire. You inspire. You don't have to be a superstar director to inspire. The newest consultant on the team can inspire. So go set out to inspire. Keep being awesome. And we love you guys. Bye.